3 inches marked, you extend the point of 3 inches this way. Now when you extend it this way, you extend this one as well. They will meet at these points. Now with the help of your French curve or your armhole curve, you place it this way and connect. So you have your neckline done. Now when you have your neckline curved, now you now come to the sideways. You have your slit opening. The slit is the opening that comes from the armhole downwards to the top, and usually for a grown-up it's 13 inches, but when you are making a longer top you have to increase the length. So at this point I'm going to use 14.5. For a longer top that surpasses 34, you can use 16 or 17, or those tops that gets to the knee, you have to use 17 or 18 in closing. So you mark your straight line. Now remember that the reason why I am marking the top to be straight is because the owner of the top, his chest is in line with the tummy. But some cases where you see a client that has big tummy, you will use the tummy measurement as the chest. So you don't have to use the chest line and mark straight. And if had it been my client now has tummy now, it will not enter his tummy side. So you need to be sure of your sideways marking if you're going to have it in a line shape or a straight line shape. So for this client now, it's going to be a straight line measurement. So I will cut this. I'll now place it and cut for the back. I'm done cutting the front, so I'm folding now to place to cut for the back. Now when you place to cut for the back, you have to as well get the folding done. Now you place your material. Now because it's more, I'm ignoring that part, so make sure that equal. Make sure that they are equal. Now there's something I will show us in this top cutting. When you're placing for the back, make the back should be at least 1 inch long a bit the down side. This will help us in what I call neck balancing. So make it to be 1 inch longer than the front. So it will be at least 1 inch longer. Now you place, the width will be equal. Now that brings us to more emphasis on slanting. Now remember that we use 2.5 to slant. So convention will tell you that when you slant by 2 inches, you have to raise the back 2.5, that's 1/2, and 2 on the armhole area. Now when you slant by 2.5, you have to raise the back by 3 inches and 2.5. So this is the standard rule I use in my slanting of my outfit. So don't go and slant by 2 and raise by 3. No, it won't work. Don't go and slant by 2.5 and raise by 2. No, it won't work. Once you slant by 2, raise by 2.5 and 2. If you slant by 2.5, raise by 3 and 2.5. So let's go down to the raising part. So now I use 1/2 to slant. So what I mean is that from the neck area, you raise here by 3. You raise there by 3 inches, and now raise the armhole area by 2.5. Whatever you removed is the same value you're going to replace at the same position. Now you can use 1/2 inch greater than this at the neck area. So I've been slanted 2.5. I raised 3 inches and 2.5. So that solves my problem of slanting and raising for the back. Now for the neckline, you have to position your ruler in a slanted form. Draw the line from the neck tip of the front to the back. Now the neck depth for a grown-up remains 1.5. 1.5. You mark 1.5 deep. The marking should come from the inside and not from here. There's a difference between 1.5 from the high area and from this point. So the 1.5 must come from this point, 1.5 down. So from that point, you now make your curve. So you now have to cut exact of what you have just marked. Always make sure your neckline is in a curvy form. You don't have an L-like shaped neck. So after this now, the next thing you do is to start cutting the facings and other components of the trouser, of the top, sorry. So in this outfit, we're going to use it to do our chest flap, and then possibly, if the material will be enough, and piping. So this is the cutting I'm going to use. So the next one now that will come in line is you have to trim your neck. You have to fold the back to come to the front. Now when you fold it, now it must not get to the tip of the under one, but it gets, no problem. So you fold it this way. Now the folding should give you a kind of a curvy neck at this area. So when you fold, you are seeing that there are some excesses that will intrude on the neck front and on the shoulder side. So what you just have to do is, from that same neck front, you put your scissors from that line, trim to give you the same rhyming here. So you cut the excesses. You cut the excesses. So when you cut the excesses, this is how it's going to be. Now you as well cross check the shoulder area. Cross check the shoulder area. So the one remaining here as well, cut it off. So this is how it's gonna be. So you remove. Now as well, use your chalk to differentiate the front from the back always. So the next video now I'm going to do is on the sleeve cutting. It's still on the same video. The next thing you need to cut now is your sleeve. Now remember, it's a long sleeve, so I will also guide you how you get a perfect sleeve cutting. Though some of my previous videos I must have shown how to cut the sleeve, but I will have to do this for this class. So now when you have your material folded, you fold in this direction. Now when you fold, you consider your material and the length of your sleeve. You can consider everything. So I think I'm going to use the other way around, so I will not waste material. Yeah. So I'm folding in this direction now. So my sleeve length is 26.5, so roughly 27. So remember, it's going to have a curve. That's a cuff link. Now, and the cuff link measurement is usually 3 inches. So what you just have to do is remove 3 inches from minus 3 inches from 27. You have 24 left. So remember that the cuff you have prepared, you are going to join the cuff to the wrist sleeve, and now join the total sleeve to the body of the cloth. That means you need ½ inch for joining for the cuff, now ½ inch as well to join to the sleeve of to the body of the sleeve. So in a nutshell, minus 3 inches from the sleeve, you have 24. Now 24. Now you add 1 inch again. The 1 inch is for the half joinings you have on both edges. So meaning now I will have 25 left. So what you just have to do now is you mark 25. Meanwhile, before you fold, before you do that, to cross check your folding if it will be enough for your sleeve. Now when you fold the material, for this my chest line, the minimum sleeve curve I will have is 13. So what you just have to do is you cross check your measurement from here to check if it's up to 13. So this is 14.5. So 14.5 is ideal for my sleeve now. So I've folded this way, but if you have a bigger chest, this should be around 16 or thereabout. So now you have folded. Now my curve for my fist is 9. Divide 9 by 2, you have 4.5. Now 4.5 is my fist. Now remember that you will pleat. The pleating we do on our long sleeves, 1 inch, that's 5.5. You add the 1 inch to the 4.5, making it 5.5. Mark. Now the usual seam allowance inside is 1 inch. You mark. Now the sleeve length is 25 now. Remember what we did on calculation, 25. you mark. Now remember, in my other videos I told all about the inner arm. Convention will tell you that inner arm is 5 inches shorter than the wrist sleeve. It means that if you measure from your armhole, for ladies it is 3 to 4 inches. For men it's 4 to 5. So meaning that it's either you have 3 inches, 3.5, or 4 for ladies. But for men, either you have 4 inches, 4.5, or 5. So it means that from your inside of your arm downwards is shorter by 4 or 4.5 or 5 inches from here. So cross check your own measurements to see if it's in line with the convention rule. So this is the sleeve I'm marking now. So what you just have to do now, so I'm picking 4.5 to do my own reduction. So from the sleeve marking, mark 4.5 inches inwards. From here you connect. Now there are different sleeve patterns. They have the normal regular straight one, they have the one that looks like our suit hand pattern. So usually I like the suit hand pattern of sleeve, which goes in this form. I believe it gives me more fitting, and as well it helps to remove the excesses that rumples or that comes out at the side of the shoulder. So after connecting that point, you now make your curve or joining. Now this is how my joining should look like. Now before you cut, I as well encourage you to cross check your measurements if they are inside the cutting. So the long sleeve I have here is 13.5, that's 14 by 2 is 7, it's inside. Now the one I have here is 14, so you mark it here as well, it's inside. So this is how your sleeve will be. So when you cut your sleeve, now this sleeve as well is going to be part of the dress. So the next video now will now be the components of the signature, the top, that's the facings, the flap, the pockets, and possibly the cufflinks and the plackets. Remember I told us that I will show you the easiest way to do your plackets. So next video now will be on the components. So this is how your sleeve cutting should be. So thank you for watching.